Oh, we're alive, baby. Let's go. Copy this bad boy. Go over here. All right, copy. How do we do this? There we go. Boom. All right, we're in. Okay, nice little pop, nice little rejection. What do we got going on here? Chop Fest, as always, every single day. That's why option selling is the best. Let's see. Tesla got a lot of rejection. I'm not seeing too much. I'm looking at Airbnb because they spiked up so much, about 10%. They're sitting at this 135 level, which is its pre-market high from yesterday on its pop. So let me see. 135 on the way down would be really good. I don't know if these would be great paying stocks, but if the market's weak, it could be interesting. I don't think that the SPX is going to pay too much today, but we did see a nice drop down. I ended up missing that entry point. I was looking for this like 150, but I missed it. Big spike down to 150, then it jumped up to 3. Would have been a nice $1,500 on 10 contracts. Missed it though. It looks like Airbnb is pretty strong. It's forming this nice little wedge pattern. If it breaks above this 136, then it's gone. But could be a good little reversal buy. Nvidia as well, kind of showing off that reversal. It didn't want to break. It broke its high, but it doesn't look like it wants to stay up there. I've been waiting for this Nvidia breakdown for so long because this thing will just go in one direction for quite a while, as you can tell on the upside. But the downside break would be massive. Guess we'll have to wait and see though. SPY not doing too much. Let me see. 10 a.m. data didn't really do too much. Stream working. Keep getting a little weird alert. Should be working. Bet. Let's do it. Pinch. Let's get it, buddy. Tesla, I'm hating it, but I think it might be a good dip buy because this all it does is spike. I've seen a nice little downtrend on the 5-minute chart. These moves suck, but I see some bear flags. Most of the time, I'd be like, all right, time for puts. But the way this market's been going, everything bounces and it chops and it sucks. That's why I've really only been taking like a day or 1 or 2 trades. For some reason, I like this Airbnb breakout. So much strength, but like to where? Let's see. Let's zoom out on this guy. Let's see if there's any sort of resistance. I guess just 140 is really all I'm seeing from way back when. Yeah, it seems to be 140 is that mark. Maybe like 138-ish, but still. $3 would pay pretty well on Airbnb. I think I might stay away from this, but lots of strength here on this earnings play. Even after that massive dip, it only fell $1 on the S&P 500. Tesla, see, bear flag. I kind of want to take this, but let's see how much these premiums are. So 214. I'm sure Tesla 215s for this Friday expiration would be great. I lied. 315 to about $5 a contract. Could make about 230 a piece. That's not too bad. I'll still signal trades, Ref. I guess you can't hear me. Okay, Tesla's in this little downtrend. If it can break this, it would run, but I don't know if it's worth taking that call. Same thing with the S&P here. I hate this. I hate this movement. I hate everything about this. But I did miss this drop. These contracts didn't really pay that much. They went from 140 at this spike down to about 240. So I mean, $100 a contract isn't bad. And it would have been nice to catch that. It would have been like $1,000 on 10 contracts. That's usually what I play with, 10 to 20, depending on how confident I am. So when I go far out of the money, this just doesn't look like there's a lot of movement to me. And I hate to play the middle. I really only like to trade the reversals. So I may or may not take a call over here. This is breaking down its uptrend on the 1 minute chart though. I'm gonna clear this drawing set. It's starting to look a little crazy. Actually, this looks weak. This is a nice bear flag. Saw a nice little spike up. I'm sure they're trying to fake people out, but on the daily chart, we might just chop. This wedge is getting tight as shit. Like right here. With PPI data coming out tomorrow, we could see a massive move up to 415, maybe up to 420 even. And on the downside, we could see 400 easy. So I'm seeing a lot of possibilities to see some big movement tomorrow, like $5, $10 move, which would be incredible because this week has not done a damn thing. But NVIDIA looks like it's getting rejected pretty nicely. Hopefully this is the start of its downfall. I don't know if I like this. If you want to play shares in NVIDIA, you can do SOX S, which is the inverse to all the ETFs in the semiconductor industry, and they're only $20. I mean, this thing just came from 45 like a couple months ago during this NVIDIA spike, but this could easily get up to 25. You know, you buy a good amount of shares on that, you could cake out. 100 shares would be 2,000. 1,000 shares would be 20,000. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. Then you could sell some covered calls against it. You would get some good money off that. But let's pay attention to the SPY. I want to take a nice trade today. It looks like this thing's getting weak. But you keep seeing these bounce, and two more bounces here. So the way that this is set up is a bear flag, so I'm not liking the upside bounce, at least just yet. I might wait for it to chop around a little bit. The 1 minute looks really weak to me. You know, lower highs for the past, 20 minutes now? But we keep bouncing on these levels. It's almost like better to scalp. Look at this. If we would have bought 10 contracts at 41.50, that low there, we would have already been up $500. Could easily just get out and scoop that. But for some reason, I feel like it's going to retest this and break down. On the downside, let's look at the support level on the daily chart. It's going to be on this wedge. It's really going to be on this wedge, which is right around 409.50. So let me put that mark at 409.50, which is kind of where it's bouncing off of. Not exactly, but it's like really right here. So if we're going to take a bounce play, it would break down to 409.50 and then potentially bounce. You can see these Bollinger Bands expanding a little bit, so it might get an opportunity to come down a little bit. It's really weak over here on the 1 minute chart. This is starting to form an inverse cup and handle, so unless it breaks 410.60, this is going to see a tiny bounce and then most likely another spike down. But at that point, we would get one big red candle, and I might take some call side around this 409.50. And I'd probably end up buying 10 contracts because they would be worth around like 90 cents to $1. And at that point, we could just... It's not going to go in the money. These are really far out of the money. It's better to go in the money, but in terms of 10 contracts, I'm just going to play 10 at 150. I'm sure that this is a lot cheaper for people to play. So you're not going to get a fat return dollar value, but you'll get a fat return in percentage value. So if you're playing 1, 2, 3 contracts, it might be better to get closer to the money if you just want to buy one, if you're going to buy 3 of these. Just because, well, they're closer to the money and you'll make a better return on a dollar value, but these are more percentage value. So that's really kind of what I look for. A lot of people look for dollars. If you're building a small account, it's probably better to play closer to the money because the further out of the monies, you have to really time it perfectly. So I'm probably going to buy I'm going to buy 10 here around 1. If I can get this spike down to this level, I'll make sure it is green so you can tell when it's time to go for the call side. That's my idea here. It is starting to fade off a little bit, so we could see a nice breakdown, but I don't think that breakdown is going to happen on that wedge until PPI data. So we look weak, look really fucking weak, but I'm looking for the breakdown of low of the day and then a bounce play, buying calls at 409.50. I'll keep my stop really tight. See, it's at 130 right now. As you can see, the theta is kind of getting to it already. So 41.50s are pretty tough. But they did just come from 240, and on 10 contracts, it's $1,000. So if I can get these really cheap at 409.50, I'm all in. This is a lot of selling, so I don't know if I'm going to get involved. If I were to get involved, it would be right now, which would be at 110. What just happened? You see that? Just spiked up to 230 for some reason. Look at that. Bounced right at that level, that 409.50. That spooked me out, though. If you saw that, it was at 220. It just jumped up to 220 for absolutely no reason. I don't know if anybody saw that, but that is why I did not take it. It scared the shit out of me. It jumped down to 220, but look at these now. They jumped from 100 to 130, which would have been, or 110 to 130. Anybody see that? That was fucking weird. That was insane. It just jumped up to 220. It freaked me out. That was ridiculous. Literally the perfect bounce play, too. But they faked my dumbass out. 135, 145 would have been a nice $350. Now it's going to head up even more. Look at this. It's going to bounce right at that level. These motherfuckers. 155, $450. That is so ass. Literally right at that bounce play. So, I mean, if you didn't get faked out by this random spike to 230, then that was a great pickup, 409.50. So if you got in that, still missed it. Damn. Look at this. That perfect bounce play. Up to 170, $600. Would have been so easy. Could have cashed it. Probably would have taken it today. Actually, I probably would have held some of these. I probably would have sold 5 because there's some room up. If you look at this 1 minute chart, there's some room down to like 409.50-ish level. Yeah, damn it, dude. That was probably one of the better plays we're going to get today because you really had to scalp this market rather than trade it because everything is so damn volatile. Damn, $700. That is crazy. I can't, what? Like, this is so, maybe it was foreshadowing that this was going to go to 220. That is so ass, though. Oil tanks. I don't know. Oil is tanking a little bit, but it just looks like a rejection. I don't think there was any news. I don't really see too much downside for oil, but regardless, I got to go back to this SPY play for a second. I cannot believe it really tapped right at this level. 409.50 and then up. That's from the daily chart, just so everybody knows. It's this daily chart that it just bounced off of. This looks disgusting right now, but it bounced off this wedge pattern from the daily chart. And it's probably going to shoot up. I probably wouldn't get back in until like this 409.75. I would love to see another little red candle and then a bounce through this downtrend that I just drew on this 1 minute. This right here is that hammer candle that always signifies a reversal, whether it's 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, and now it's most likely going to break through this and run, which is so annoying. Nice weather today. Kev, it's because I like money. So I trade same day expirations because I'm in and out and I can make a good amount of return. So if this went from 110 to 180 real quick on 10 contracts, I would have made $700. I could trade the SPY, but it would not pay me as much. You know, on what is this, $1 move on the SPY would maybe pay me like $30, $40 a contract. The SPX, this thing fucking cooks. So 110 to 190 is $800, $900, but I missed that. And now I'm pissed because I know it's going to run. $1,000 right there. See, that's why I day trade these same days, because within that one support line bounce, if you know where the line is going to be or where buyers are going to come in, you can set your stop loss. So if it goes through that 409.50, say there's a big amount of sellers and you get in, then you can set your stop loss like $20, $30 down and set your stop at $200, $300 max risk. But on this time, like once they work out, you make thousands of dollars by just holding it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. This was like an 8-minute trade, and it would have made it over $1,000 just on 10 contracts, risking 1,500. So that's almost 100% return. Yeah, very. Damn, this is crazy. That is like the most perfect entry too. Now I don't know if we're gonna get the best one. I cannot chase this in the middle. I hate trading this dead area. It's more so puts at the top, which have not been working lately. It worked here, but calls at the bottom have been the easiest money. Damn, 230. This is gonna drive me crazy, guys. 250. I probably would have stopped out by now. I probably would have came out, but look at that. That bottom ticked $1,500 run. So stupid. God damn it. That was crazy. 250. All right. We're gonna move on. Tesla's probably got to see some bounce here too. Yep, there we go. Some bounce here up to that 214 level might be nice. That broke this downtrend. You can see a lot of action here on the buy side. 7,200 to buy at 210. Who the fuck has that kind of money? 136, 138. Airbnb's kind of struggling a little bit. I'm probably going to stay away from that, even though they killed their earnings, I think, which I don't know how. I guess it's because they charge $1,000 cleaning fee per room you stay in. Tesla. There was something else I wanted to watch. NVIDIA as well. Where is she? There she is, 224. I have a weird feeling the stock's going to reverse and run back up to 230. The stock is actually pretty crazy. This is the downtrend. It's testing it right now. If we get through VWAP, it could end up towards that high of the day. But these Bollinger Bands are so spread out, which is what I love to see. So this red all the way out here, this green all the way out here shows me that there's a lot of volatility. When it's tight as shit like the SPY is, it's so dumb to play. This is going crazy. 250. Wow, fuck. We could have bottom ticked that and made so much money. But we didn't, so it doesn't matter. So we're going to have to go towards another play. I still think that this is going to break out and probably hit that top resistance around 412. I think we stay in this range today. I think we stay within this 412 and this 409.50 because we have PPI data tomorrow, so we're not sure which way we're going to go. And that's a pretty important level. I don't really want to clear the drawing set, but I will. So when I draw this daily chart, I take it from the high, 418.50, 418.40, and I draw this little wedge, right? Right here, resistance, 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 all the way down. It broke out of it yesterday, but it got rejected and stayed right within that wedge. So when I draw the uptrend that the SPY has been in to the bottom of this almost rejection level, right here. So this wedge is really fucking tight, like really tight. So it's coming down to, I mean, this could have such a massive move tomorrow. We tried to break out and go towards the upside yesterday. If it breaks out, we're going to see this 418.40, no problem. Maybe even that 420 break, we could see a nice little move tomorrow. But on the downside, this 405 level and this 400 psychological level are going to be massive plays to watch. So we've rejected this line quite a few times. Here, big rejection. Now we're retesting it, tried to break out, got rejected, and now we're just kind of sitting here. So no one really knows which way the market's going to go right now. And to be clear, I have no idea. Like I don't even have an opinion at this point because the market and economy are so fucked up. I usually have an opinion. Back in the day, I could have told you probably exactly where the market's going. Right now, the way that it's set up, I think that people are like, in limbo between the job market being so strong and what is actually happening with inflation being so high. And people don't understand that deflation is a big factor too, but people won't stop spending. Like consumers spend and spend and spend, but I'm noticing credit card debt is at all-time highs. It feels is it all-time highs? It's like really really high right now, but all-time highs looks like on the chart. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that chart, but the savings is at like almost an all-time low too. I don't know. I don't know where we're going. I don't think anybody does. I think that the market's going to have a massive crash at some point. I think we're going to war. It's the only way that we can break out of the whole. It's not even just America; it's the whole world because of COVID. So the only way to get out of that is to go to war, so we can start funneling money worldwide and break out of some of these inflation states. That's just the way it goes. That's historically how we've broken out of a real shitty economy. Damn it, I cannot believe that this tick happened just like that. You would have easily seen I probably wouldn't have got in a 110, but I probably would have got filled around that 120-ish, 130 level and could have made a quick $1,000. So this is the downtrend I'm looking at right now from pre-market. Looks like 412.20 was the high. This is still that top resistance from the daily chart. So I think we're going to start seeing some rejections at these levels. I hate playing puts, especially in this market, because we only go up. But I am a reversal trader where if I see it touch the top Bollinger Band and it's not in a squeeze, I like to take the reversals. Same thing with down here. We broke below. We bounced off that 409.50 level. Would have made a good amount of money. But I don't know. This is just weird movement. No trades for me yet today. I've been really, really patient recently rather than just getting stopped out. I'm sick of doing that. I'd rather get a really good fill, take the opportunity. I should have taken that 409.50 bounce, but I got faked out by whatever this little thing was. I guess that was kind of foreshadowing, but scared the shit out of me. Could have been an hour workday, but I missed it. There's three of my main watches right now. I like NVIDIA, I like Tesla, and obviously the SPY. So the reason I like these so much is because they haven't broken down yet. They haven't really seen any weakness from, it's already here. The daily chart, a strangle play. Oh, TQQ. So this uptrend has been massive. And at some point, you got to give this up. At some point, you're going to break this uptrend, and you're going to see a really large crackdown. So I'm waiting for NVIDIA to crack this uptrend line, and I'm also waiting for Tesla to do the same. Tesla's going to be tough because Tesla is like a meme stock for some reason. And this has got a long ways to go from this bottom at least. I could draw from here and do this situation, but even then, it's a $200 breakdown down to 188 and then this 180 level. So we'll see what happens. But those are my two main watches for a breakdown. I love puts, so once the market starts getting weak, if it ever does again, we should pay attention to the stocks that have yet to break down their uptrend because those will be the biggest falls, and you'll make a ton of money on the downside. So this is just going to stay in this range today. So I don't even know if there's a good opportunity for us. These are at 180, 150. This is the SPY 15-minute chart, which I really do like to see. So many upper wicks or upper shadows, whatever you want to call them. So many attempt at the breakouts. This is the 15-minute downtrend, but this is that level. This is that 412 level for the upper piece of that daily chart. So I'm waiting for that to, I don't think it's going to break, but I'm waiting for it to test. And then maybe we could take some puts at that level, but I would have been much more comfortable on the call side. Right here. Roblox is up 25%. Jesus. Earnings again. These things should just go crazy. I still bet you this didn't make money. I bet the IV percentage was so high that this did not make that much money. It's up $8. 45 would have been 37, 800. I bet you they shredded the shit out of this. I bet you made no much. I bet you made like maybe 80% on that trade, even though it went up 25%. It's the same thing that happened to me with Chegg. It's on the right side. It plummeted 23%, and then it only went up like 90% overnight, and you had to sell right at the open. Coinbase has a nice little bear flag on it, but it's still trending upwards. I still think that this might hit that 60. Oh, wait. It already hit it. Fuck. I said it was going to hit 64 today, didn't I, guys? I did, yeah. And she ran. Yeah, coin 64 calls would look good. Damn it. 64, I missed out on this one. But this is starting to form a nice little uptrend, too. I don't know if I trust coin, though. We did just break down. Most of the time when you break down, you retest and then come back down. So be careful of that. It looks like this could, unless this gets bought up to 65, this could be a rejection candle. Just some last buyers getting out. Yeah, I hate this movement. This is crazy. I've never seen a market like this in like 7 years where it just goes sideways every day for 3 months. It's really kind of crazy. You can only scalp this market. There's no way to be successful unless you're scalping it. You could hold long calls, I guess, if you were in it a couple months ago, but by the time you realize we're not rejecting anywhere, you're not getting too much movement, especially during the intraday. Like, look, we're only up $1, or we're down $1.60 right now. So if you're swinging calls for a couple months out, you're just getting shredded out on theta. So you really need those big moves. Some individuals have been all right, but as of the last month or so, nothing's really moving us. We're stuck right at this level. I mean, there's no formations at all on the SPY chart, so it's hard to tell. At this point, it's just basically gambling and kind of just scalping the move. But I don't see much. I really don't. I see maybe the Qs. Let's see what the Qs are doing. These should be pretty weak. These drop below 300. This could be a really good downside play. It's not showing a lot of strength. So if we see some negativity in the PPI data tomorrow, these could go down to 297. Let's look at those. Maybe I'll just play some swings because this is. I just don't want to force anything. If I give myself some time, maybe a week out, those 297s are 110, and in the monies are 330. I don't know what's going on with me. Let's see. The only thing with when you swing QQQ is these spreads are a little off. It's interesting to me that they're like $2 differentials. Not a lot of volume in the QQQ compared to the SPY. I had to say something real quick. And I feel like I talked about this yesterday in the channel, but people say that there's no opportunity when you're buying, and I just said that too. The market's been really choppy, and I think we can all agree about that. Like, these candlestick moves are not a lot, and even if they are a pretty big candle during the day, it slowly gets up there. But the chop, you can actually make money, right? Instead of buying every option and paying the premium, you can sell these call options or sell these put options and collect it. So let's just take Tesla, for example. Say you bought Tesla shares. You obviously have to have 100 shares, so it's a good amount of capital, but it's not like overbearing. right? So say you had 10,000 invested in Tesla. Say you bought it at like 1,100 or 1,200 or 12,000. So say you had $12,000 in Tesla for a long term. You can sell covered calls against these, and you can also day trade them against them too. So when I'm looking at Tesla, let's just go, for example, Tesla chart. Let's go to Tesla 5-minute chart today. So I'm looking at Tesla at open today, and I see a massive rejection. I see a bear flag here. If I see a bear flag, obviously when you're selling a call instead of buying a call, you want it to go down. It's just the complete opposite. But when you're selling a call, theta is on your side, right? So instead of paying for that premium, you actually collect that premium. So let's look at something really quickly. This is Tesla right here. You can day trade these too. You can day trade the sells. So when you see this bear flag and you think that it's going to dump or it's really weak and you don't think it's going to get there or it's just going to chop and be decaying and your contract's going to make you no money, look at these. So let's say it's at 211. Let's say you have 100 shares of Tesla, I don't know, 190, 180, whatever. It's at 211. You see some weakness coming, and then it's going to dive down to 206. So a $5 dive, right? Let's look at these contracts. So for Friday's expirations, if you were to sell those calls instead of buy them, let's say you were going to sell these 215s or 212s. Let's say it's 212, right? Since it was at 211, you think it's going to drop. If you sell this, you know, it's buy, sell, but if you sell this and take this over, you can actually sell this and collect $495. And it's yours. The $495 is your money. You can keep that forever, right? It's obviously still an open position. So if it's day trading and it jumps down $5, so if you look at this chart right here, 207.50 would have been really in the money. So at that point, you got to go the opposite way. These things would have been up about $250 on a one move down. And let's just move these. Actually, we can actually do these. So if I send this to red real quick, you're collecting the premium instead of buying the premium. So let's just say you sold them at that level right around here at 540 and they dropped down to 300. You would have just made $240 in like no time. And when it goes against people, theta goes against them. It's going against a position. You're actually taking more of a shred here. So if you wanted to sell these instead of buy them, you could sell this, make a ton of money, and then you could buy it back. So instead of it's literally just the opposite. So you sell it and then you buy it back, and you made $240 on that contract. Let's say it's completely weak all day, it gets down and starts shredding even more, rather than this bounce play that it's happening right now, because now it's about the same level. But let's just take a look at this real quick. This is why selling is better than buying. So $539 for the contract right here at this level, and now it's above that level, but it's still almost $100 less. Well, $40 less now, $50 less now because there's a little spike. But if this doesn't continue, the next red level, this is going to push us way back down below 300. If it doesn't expire in the money, and even if it does, it's going to start losing in theta decay as it gets closer to the day's end. So you can still day trade on the sell side as long as you have 100 shares. And the problem with that is if it requires a little bit of cash, right? But if you don't want to buy the shares, at least just now, let's just say Amazon. Let's go to Amazon really quickly. You don't have to buy them. You can also sell puts, which is huge, right? Huge, because you don't have to buy them at all. Let's just say you have $10,000 to invest. You put it in your account, and you don't want to buy them just yet. You want to start selling options to make the money. There's no risk in selling options whatsoever, because you can just make money and then you can invest for it for the long term. So let's say it's Amazon for the long term, and you're going to take Amazon, right? So let's say you have $10,000 in your account, but you didn't buy Amazon just yet. You don't have to buy Amazon, because by selling puts, it'll do it for you. So by selling a cash secured put is what it's called, on the options chain. So let's say you want to buy Amazon at, I don't know, you want to buy it lower than 99, but you think it's going to go up short term before it comes back down. So when I look at the daily chart, I think it's going to go up a little bit before we see a spike down, because this little bear flag that it's forming. So I think it could see like 101, 102. You can sell a put at that point. And if it doesn't go below the put side, then you're good. So Amazon, let's just say it's on the 9th. You could sell these. They're not as expensive as Tesla. But if you sell this put right here, let's just say we want to do this 99 put close to the money. They're going to shred over the next 2 days unless it drops completely. So you could sell this right here, sell a cash secured put at 210, collect $200. So now you have $10,200 in your account. And if it goes up to 102, like you said, and this expires worthless, you keep that 215 bucks. But on the other hand, if it drops down to, let's say, 96, you still keep that $214 because you collected it when you sold it. But now you have to buy 100 shares at that 99 strike price. So that's the collateral. So you're going to be down $300 on your position, but if you're investing for the long term, what's it matter? Like, it does not matter whatsoever. So if you have cash and you want to continually keep buying shares, it's almost better to sell puts against your position because you're just going to buy them at the price that you're selling. And if it never executes you, you're just collecting income and collecting premium all the time. So that's a big rant. We'll get back to trading, but hopefully that makes sense because I don't think that people understand how much money you can actually make in the market when it doesn't do anything. Just by selling instead of buying, because options are literally meant to decay. So got to play with the house. The house always wins. But back to trading, I think that this is going to go up to this 412 level. Did that make sense to you guys? Snyder, did that make sense to you? I feel like you would really benefit from that. If you have cash to sit on, it's just selling puts when the market's going up is beautiful because you want to invest long term, but you can make income before you actually take a position. All right, let's get back to the SPX. I haven't making one trade yet. I think I'm going to go the put side, though, guys. I think I'm going to go 40-90 puts. I just don't believe in this. I think that we're spiking up for sure, but I just don't think that it's going to stay up there. I think that we're going to see a nice crack. Usually the rule of thumb for me is the third test on the trend line bounce, take some calls because it's going to go up. But at this level at 412, I don't see a lot of upside. Make totally. Let's go. $100% made sense. All right, cool. So that's how the rich stay rich, guys. They sell options. They take option positions as hedging. I have a lot of information on that coming out real soon. I've been spending ridiculous amounts of time on it, but it'll be out soon. So 411, 412. I'm looking at this 412 level. Makes sense. Totally cool. 412. Let's look at this rejection level. I'm looking for a rejection level at this 412. I'll make it red so you can tell where I'm going to start scaling into some puts. We'll get involved probably around 10 contracts. Maybe I'll keep it light because this is just not doing anything that I wanted to today. It's just all over the place. I don't think it's going to break out of this wedge just yet. It did yesterday, but I don't think it's going to today. I think that we bounced off that bottom piece to it. Now it's more so, will it do it again? But I think it's going to be PPI data that's going to move this out of this wedge, but it's going to happen this week. This week we will see a big move, and there will be a new trend to draw. So here's the 5 minute. The 1 minute is still doing its thing, bouncing off this 1 minute uptrend. I think that it might have one more slice up, and then we could get involved here. I hate this being on the 5 minute chart though. I think we'll get one more push up to this level, and then I'll take a rejection right around that 4. I might start scaling in around 411.80 ish. We'll see. The only thing that's like maybe we should get involved now is this this triple top 1, 2, 3 rejection. Let's see. I might have to start scaling into a couple. Maybe I won't take all 10 right away. I might just take one just to feel like I'm a part of this. I know we're bullish, but I just don't. This Bollinger Band is expanding. I'm just going to get in one just to feel like I'm a part of it. But on the breakdown, I'll go with the momentum and buy more. So I got one at 215 here. This one uptrend, yeah, this uptrend is breaking this 1 minute. So as long as it closes below it, that's good. It's good news at least. Looks like it's trying to bounce, but this triple top here, especially with how big this is, I don't see that this is going to be a big return. Yeah, I'm already up. I should have bought more. Fuck. It's at 260. Might end up, yeah, fuck. All right, we only got one, but it's up to 270 now, so $65 a contract. A push back down to this VWAP level is probably going to happen. I'm not going to sell this just yet. It's a pretty nice drop down, $50 or $45 a contract. There she goes. God damn it. All right, well, I'm going to sell it at 3 here and make my... Maybe I won't. It didn't get me out. There we go. Sold me at 3. So I'm out at 3 here. Made about $85 a contract, but I only had 1. That's annoying. If I would have bought 10, that would have been $850 real quick. I was a little bit worried that this was going to test this line, but I saw this triple top, so I ended up taking the position in the puts. Had a nice little scalp down to 300, so good sell too. I did. I just need to it again. Damn. What'd you say, Kev? Re here. Oh yeah. Selling puts is huge, but all right, so $85 a contract. I only had 1. That's annoying as shit. But I wanted to scale in to see if we could see a nice little spike, and then I was going to average down. At this point, I don't know if we're going to get a massive sell-off. It's the timing is everything on days like this, where it's just chopping around like this. I think that triple top is probably going to hold, but the only reason I'm not all in on puts right now is 1, chop. 2, volume's only at 15 million when it's 2 hours in. So... no, that's not average. It's around 20 million-ish is where we're at. So I think that everybody's waiting for that PPI data. Tesla, NVIDIA. Look at this net change. Oxy's down the worst today. We got Upstart up 27%. Holy shit. Look at this thing. Oh my God. 27%? Why? There had to have been earnings, right? Earnings. This contract's at 310 now. It's starting to break down. The S&P 500 is coming down. That's nice. Let's see. SI is up 12%. $2. SI is like moving. Citadel took a 10% stake in them yesterday, which is a massive bullish sign. How do we... Okay. Damn. I feel like I'm getting sick right now. Excuse me. Damn. I'm dying over here. But okay. So the S&P 500 is actually breaking down quite nicely right now. So let's go back to that. Nice little spike up. Yeah, these things went up to 360. That would have been a nice return. But like I said, you just have to scalp these moves. This is like, what is this? This is not a formation. This is no cup and handle. The only thing I saw was this triple top, so the downside made the most sense at the top of the Bollinger Band. So the reversal was huge, but ended up only getting 1 contract, which is stupid, but it was worth it. So I don't know. I don't think that this is going to break down completely. Yeah, you can sell long term puts, but the problem with that is that it's going to take a while. So if you are selling Tesla puts, like say you had 100 shares of them, or wait, long term puts. Oh, yeah, you're right. Selling long term puts is good, but it would take forever, right? You'd have to have. That's actually really interesting. I never even thought about that. The only problem with that is that Tesla is going to be at like 400 at that point. So actually, the contract would decay though. That's a really good point because like December puts. Let me think that through. So if you're selling a put at 200 here, it'd be at 3600 for December, so 300 days out. And as Tesla goes up like crazy, at that point it's not really worth it though, because you're waiting 6 months for $2,000, like 8 months for 2 grand. Like that just doesn't make sense. Unless you had like a shit ton of capital, it would make sense. Like if you're able to buy 1,000 shares and that's like 20K or 30K. I don't know if that's the best strategy. I would probably try to keep it closer, because you're not going to make too much. Maybe I guess like $300, $400, $500 if it spikes up. You could always buy it back. Interesting. I don't know if I would go that far out. I usually like to do like a month out, maybe 2 months out max, but it's all the same. It's all the same if you figure it out, but I wouldn't just hold it for a year or two to make 2 grand. You wouldn't really be maximizing the strategy there. $293, $315. Yeah, you could build your account with other things too. It doesn't have to be 10 grand. I sell cover calls in the TQQQ all the time because I'm in this for the long haul. So TQQQ is only $2,500. If you have 100 shares at 2,500, you could sell calls against it. I think my mouse just died, bastard. So if you go to TQQQ here, you have $2,500 in the account. I have a pretty good average right now, but on the daily chart, if you see, damn, this thing is looking good for me. If the market dumps, I'll be pissed. But this thing was at 62. It was also at 90 something not too long ago. It's triple leverage, so it's a little bit risky, but I'm in this for the long term trade, probably like a couple years, 2 years. I know that there's decay on triple leverages, but they tell you not to buy them in bull markets, which is obviously there's a reason for that. But in bear markets, when things are about to turn, I think it's a really great investment. So I'd taken these, but I sell cover calls against them all the time because I'm in it for the long run. So I might as well collect my premium. And they're not a lot of premium, but it adds up when you have like, a couple thousand shares. But if you have one even or two, 200, you can make $100 to $200 every week just by collecting premium. And the IV is so high and they shred so fast because they're triple leverage. So you could build it up that way, build it up slow, learn, and then once you start funneling your cash or your account with more cash, you could do it with bigger name stocks like Amazon, Google, Tesla. A life hack is SPY, SPY and QQQ. If you get 1,000 shares of QQQ, 300K, you sell cover calls against these, you can make so much money. You can make up to like 5,000 to 10,000 a week just selling cover calls on your ETF positions. And obviously you're not supposed to sell those ever. So that's the hack. I honestly think Tesla might be the hack. It's because of how expensive those premiums are. Yes, 10K a week, but that's like maximum. Like every contract expires to zero, so you really have to do your research on those. But selling cover calls is a lot easier because theta is on your side. All right, guys, I'm gonna play you some music real quick because my remote just died or my mouse just died, so I'm gonna go get a battery. What do you want to hear? What should we hear? I'm gonna plug my boy in because he just made a banger and he just went viral on TikTok. So here you go. This is all.
I wonder when it all comes to an end. I wish that you could stay, but you choose to run away, yeah. I wonder if you ever leave my head, cause the time is running out, but we'll meet again someday, yeah. Blue ripped jeans, shirt, see through a daydreaming kid fell for you. I don't know why I'm into you. I liked your picture, but it was an accident. You probably saw that shit and told all of your friends.
All right, ref. All right, so this is NVIDIA 5 minute. Let's get into this. I want to take a nice trade. I want to make some money. I don't want to make $85 on the day. I want to make something more than that. It doesn't look like the market's going to allow for that, but we're going to make it. We're going to make a nice trade. I don't care what they say. It's going to be quick. We're going to be in. We're going to be out. Not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth streaming. Okay, so is the stream broken? Did the stream break? Anybody? Anybody at all? Did it break? No. Perfect. Hello, everyone. Let's look at the SPY real quick. We're seeing a nice little bounce. Did the market break? Yes, the market did break. The market has been fucking broken for months. But here we go. Nice little spike up. Let's see if we can make something off this. We got 490 puts. I think this is really possible. You know, yesterday down here at 490, 494. I could hold one. Don't want to do that, but I could. I don't think it's going to spike down to the low of the day. I hate trading this area. I would love to take it up here or maybe down here. If I'm going to force it if I take it right now, but 4090s, they're only moving $100 at a time, which is great, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. I think I'm just going to take maybe just one of these. Maybe we'll just slowly make our account up. We don't need it all in one trade, right? Why don't we just take it like one each time, two each time? There's nothing happening out here. Crazy. Tesla, NVIDIA, same thing. 3% on NVIDIA is actually pretty nice. $7 down day. Nice little weak market. I still think that everything's going to be weak. So let's take a look at Meta. Down. Let's take a look at Apple. Up. Weird. Microsoft. Down. Okay. What the fuck is happening? Google. Up. What the fuck? Okay, so there's so many different things happening today. There's no true direction. That's why we're all stuck in all sorts of situations. Tesla's up 2. Oxy. Yeah, I think you're right about Meta. I think Meta is going to be a really, really nice play here coming up pretty soon. I've actually gotten stopped out of a couple swing plays because of this, but I see this gap down. If the market starts collapsing, this shit is going to go crazy. 153, 173. Wow, that is so good. That looks so damn good. You could easily see a nice little drop on this. The market's going to have to cooperate, though. As soon as the market starts to come down, this is the biggest play. This is the highest alert play for me. I'm actually going to set an alert because look at how big this gap is. I haven't seen a gap like this in so long. This looks so good to me. This gap down from 173 all the way down to 153. So a $20 drop on Meta would pay ridiculous. I don't think that would happen in all one day, but it could be a nice swing trade over like a course of 3 days if you bought like a 2-week, 4-week out expiration. So those contracts would really pay. I'm actually going to set an alert right here at 173. create an alert at or below that point. Get notified with some cute little chimes. Create. All right. So at 173.25, we will see a nice little chime bell. If you hear the chime bell, we're all in. A couple weeks away. I've been in this a few times, got stopped out. Pretty small, but I just didn't want it to continue up on me. And on the other hand, it could be bull flagging and spike up, just some consolidation at this level. It just found a new support, but at some point, it's going to break down and fill this gap. I can almost guarantee that. At some point, going to fill this gap. So just keep that on watch. The market, for me, in my personal opinion, I think it's going to break down pretty significantly here pretty soon. So we'll just have to wait for that. Look at this triple top. I'm definitely going to take puts here in a second. I'm just going to wait for the perfect entry. Here's my resistance point from that triple top up here. 1 point, 2 point, technically 3 point. Got rejected heavy there. These are not really paying too well, though. They went from 210 to 250 to 235. This one might be too far out of the money. We might have to play closer. I might just play less contracts closer to the money. So let's do 41.10. 41.10. How much are those? 700. I don't like that. 4,100. Usually like them around max around that 500 range. So we're rejecting right now, which is ridiculous. We're not moving anywhere. The market has wasted more of my time the last few months than ever. What time is it? We're good. We just broke this uptrend. Could we come back down? I'm telling you, we're going to stay between this 409.50 and 412 today. It's just really kind of finding one of those scalps, similar to what we did here at the top of the Bollinger Band, then come down. Bottom Bollinger Band, spike up. What is going on? You guys got to stop sending that shit in there. Jesus Christ. We need a better market. It's getting choppy. All the memes are coming in. I don't know what to do with that. You know who wouldn't know what to do with that? Bando. Bando would have no idea. I want to take a trade, but there's nothing happening, guys. Not one thing. I'm not going to force it either. Or should I? Should I just force it? Let's force it. 510. No, we're not going to force it. But NVIDIA does have this nice little drop down to 221. It's still not enough. Let's see. Let's look at NVIDIA's because it's closer to Friday. So 220s are 286. I might pay like $50 a contract. I don't know. That's probably not worth it either, man. I think that we're pretty much chalked. I think that we saw that one big move earlier today. I missed out. I don't know if anybody else missed out, but on this bounce play that I was talking about, I missed out on that. I caught this drop, but I only have one contract. Only up $85, which is terrible. Microsoft? Whoa. All these charts are so ugly to me. I don't see any clean setup other than Meta. Meta's the only one that I saw that could potentially have any sort of move. What was that? Microsoft has a lot of room down, like a ton. Down to this 263 level, that could be really nice. I think it's really fading off right now. This could be a sell-off all day long. Look at this, so weak. 263. Let's be patient with this one. I think that this could be a great trade. 263, 262.50 down to 112. Not bad. That is not bad. I think Microsoft could see 263. Let's look at this daily chart one more time. Let's make sure that this is actually still some weakness. Did it already break down? It is testing this level right here. So 266.25. Down to 264. Okay. Might be like a $2 drop from here. Which still isn't that bad. The 267 would be a $3 drop. Could be pretty great. I don't think it's going to get down to 262, but these 265 puts are 167, and in the money is our 269. So you could make a nice $100 a contract. That would be pretty nice. Stop loss would obviously be around 268-ish. Could break down. If the market breaks down, this is going to come down even more. Y'all are killing me right now. the Yoda. I'm done with this shit. I'm about to cancel. Who's going to timeout? Goldman Sachs going to timeout. This doesn't make the market move. I have too much fun with this shit. 4100s are 360 now. Okay, we're looking pretty good on the downside, at least in terms of premium. So they're getting cheaper. This is a nice spike. I still think that we're going to retest this 412. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm sticking with that. I still think that the upside's going. If you want to get involved in the call side, you're probably going to make out better than me because we don't go down. For some fucking reason, the market does not like to go red. Even when there's some put setups, some bearish setups. I missed this entry. I'm still mad about this call side entry. Caught this downside. Now I want to catch the downside when it touches this 412 from the daily chart. So we might retest this high and get rejected, but I think I'm going to wait just a little bit longer for that 411.50. We'll see. This 15-minute chart on the SPX doesn't look like it's going anywhere. I would love a little bit more green here. Pop up to 411.60. That's only 30 cents. That's crazy. There's no movement today. I might end up taking a reversal play here in a second. Could scale into these 320s. How much are these 4110s now? If they're around 500, I'll take it. 570? I like that. It was just at 900. Could be a nice little play. Even just one. Could just take one and make a good amount of money. See this Bollinger Band expanding? That shows me that there's some buy strength here. So I'm expecting it to go above that level. So I'm going to be patient just a little bit. There we go. 513. Could probably get these for around 400. Holy shit. What the fuck? What the hell was that? I'm going to get one right here. I just got one at 410. Let's see what happens. If it continues that squeeze and I'm out, but this is the level that I'm looking at, this 412. That's a massive squeeze up. I got one at 410. I might get a second one here. That was a massive rip. I was looking for this level. I didn't expect it to go there that fast, which is a little scary, a little concerning. If we continue to squeeze, I'll have to hop out of this. But I only have one, so I'm not too concerned. I'm waiting for this rejection at this level. That was so much buying pressure. What the fuck was that? Yeah, there's still some buyers. It doesn't want to reject this level. I might put my stop down here at, what am I up, like 85 bucks on one. So I'll put my stop right at 320. 320 would be my stop for maximum pain. I'll be down 90, so I'll be flat on the day. But for some reason, I think this is going to reject nicely. Well, maybe not. Maybe not on the 15-minute chart, but we could squeak out a couple $100 here if it ends up coming back down. $450, we're up 40. I'd love to see a nice little red candle here. Don't be a jackass. This is the red line where I was taking puts. That's a nice squeeze breakout pattern, so be careful. Don't hold too long. Take some profits if you got in. I'm at 410 right now. My stop's at 320. I think I might just take away my stop, or at least move it up. I'm going to move it up. I'm going to move my stop up to 340, so my max loss here is $70. Still be profitable on the day. This is some small plays on a choppy ass day, so don't expect big positions from me today. Maybe I'll add another one here. I really do think we're going to reject at least a little bit back down. For some reason, I think that this might be the high of the day. I don't think that there's enough. It's a little spike in volume, but it's not that big to continue going up. I'm up $60 a contract. I'm going to put my stop at 360 here, so I only have $50 at risk with a $410 play. We're up 30 right now. Oh, we're up way more than that. We're up 70. Would love to see a rejection level. See if we can make like 200, $300 off this play. That'd be nice. Should probably buy way more than just one, but like I said, I hate this movement. I'm just playing it safe. I might just end up securing $100 a contract if I can get one more spike down. We'll see what happens here. If this is just a little bull flag and it breaks above 412, I'll obviously get stopped out. But be impatient for now. This is a lot of volume. When you see volume spikes and something like that, that something happened. I don't know if it was news. See if there was any news. Not seeing anything. Oh, yeah. This must be it. Regional Sports Network owner Diamond Sports prepares for possible bankruptcy. Bullish. Okay, so 410 is my average right now. We're at 460. I'm assuming that these premiums will end up coming down or spiking up a little bit more now that that's not ripping against it. So the reason I bought that huge spike is because in options contracts, the volatility spikes so fast that the contracts will go far against it in the opposite direction. And if it's tapping my resistance point, I'm obviously going to get involved. So if it breaks through 412, then I'll get out, but it looks pretty slow here at this level. We could see a nice little red candle at some point. If it starts breaking out, I'll get stopped out at 360. I'm up $30 a contract. I could end up just taking that, but I don't think I want to. $40 a contract. Let's see if it has any any more squeeze. If it starts squeezing above 412, I really think that we're going to stay within this range today, which is within that daily chart wedge, which is around 409.50 and this 412 level. We just tested it on that random ass jump, so I got in on some puts. And now I think I'm going to get a nice little red candle here, and I might be able to take like $100 a contract. And I only have one because I'm playing like a pansy today. But small gains add up, right? Yeah, I'm bored too, man. I'm bored too, T-Money. All right, I'm putting my stop at 380, 390. $30 risk. We're getting some buyers here, so if it starts squeezing, I'll lose $30 and I'll be out. I might end up buying another one and then losing max 60. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can get one more at 410 here. Some buyers coming in. I'm going to get one more. I'm going to get one more at 430 if it lets me. We're in at 430, and we're keeping a tight stop here. Real tight stop. 2 contracts, 390 and 380. So my max loss here would be, what is that, 30 and 60. So I'd still be profitable on the day. So we're playing with profits. We have 800 at risk, only about a $90 loss. And hopefully we can see a spike down. But we're seeing some buying. I'm probably going to get stopped out here because it's not the best entry point, and the 1 minute chart has some buy side to it. So we'll see. I'll probably get stopped out at 1. Let's make it an $80 risk here. I pulled them both down to 380 stop. Let's see if we can get one rejection. Oh, we're going to get stopped out. So we're going to be flat on the day right here. Back to flat. Back to flat. Oh, not yet. Probably going to get back to flat, though, because that spike up is most likely going to see a breakthrough. If you see this 1 minute chart, it's cupping up. It's cupping up to this 412 level. It is tapping this resistance point. For some reason, I feel like it's going to break through, and then it's going to stop me out real quick. Could have taken $70, but it wasn't worth it to me. I might as well be flat on the day. It could break out of this uptrend or this downtrend right here and then retest this 415. But I don't know. I think that they're going to wait for it for tomorrow. So we're getting rejected again here. I'm only up $10 a contract, $20 a contract. If it rejects here, that's going to be a massive rejection, and those 2 contracts could end up going like $300, $400. But my stop loss here is at 380, and that would put me even on the day. So these 2 rejection levels right here make me feel good, but until I see a red candle, it's probably just going to consolidate till it has enough strength to break through. So 1 minute chart looking kind of good, though, on the downside. We'll see what happens here. One little spike up makes me think that it's going to go right through that 412 level. But we bought another one where I have $840 at risk, but we're only up $40 a pop. I would love to see it back above 600, make about 370 on a chop day, and I'd make $400 on a really choppy day. I'd be more than okay with that, playing very minimal money. But you got to be smart on choppy days like this, so my stop is sitting right at break even. Now I think that this is going to break out 412 because on that rejection 2 times, if it retests a 3rd time, it's probably going to go up above, and then I'm gonna get stopped out. So I'll be flat on the day. Can't be upset about that, but there's literally no money to be made unless you're like in on these quick scalps. I could have made, $80, but what is that going to do for me? I'm not in it for the little baby money. I'm looking for a nice reversal here. I don't know if I'm going to get it. If it breaks out, I like the position. We're right at that resistance point. We're rejecting it twice. I'm in on 2 contracts. I have no risk on the day because I won't be red. This is a really good setup for me. And if it ends up pulling back, we could have a really great return. But this candlestick is going to be massive. So 2 rejections. If we retest, we're out. If we reject, we're good. But it looks like, I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. If you hear the little ding, that'll be this is my last trade of the morning. There's nothing going to happen. Looks like we're going to start squeezing. I'll be flat on the day. Actually, I'll be up $5 on the day, guys. I'll be up $5 on the day, and I'll buy someone a slice of pizza. The risk to reward ratio here is either I'm up 5 or I'm up 400, and I have minimal risk right now. So let's see what happens. I think it's going to go higher. As you can see, these Bollinger Bands are expanding like crazy. Shows me with the consolidation at this level that it's just waiting to break out. So the volume is low, though, so maybe we do get that reversal. But at this point, it doesn't really look like it wants to break down. Like I said, we do not go down in the market anymore. We only go up. So playing puts is pretty tough. I don't like to play puts anymore, but I'm about to get stopped out here. I might even bring one down to 370. I think I'm going to bring these down to 370. just in case we tap right here. Theta's getting to it a little bit. It might tap that 380 and then come down. I pulled them down. So now I'll be down $10. So I'm going to need somebody to buy me a slice of pizza. I think that we're consolidating to break this resistance point. You can see rejection, 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 but we're not at that level just yet. But I think that we're gearing up for that. I would love to see a fat rejection and these contracts would go up crazy, but I don't know if we're going to get that. The amount of spam texts I get is crazy. All right. We're rejecting, guys. We're rejecting. We're up $20 a contract here. Don't feel crazy yet. Don't feel too crazy. I need to see one breakdown below 411.50. Just one massive red candle. Let me make $200 a contract. There we go. There we go. Let me cancel these. Now we're up $70 a contract, $90 a contract. Let's see if we can get it up. Oh, we're at 510. Let's see if we can get them. I'll sell one at 5. Let's go. We're out at 5. We're out at 1 at 5. So we just made $80 a contract there. I could set my stop loss at break even and just make $80 and see if we can let this guy run. But I think we're going to see a nice little bounce here. It's too choppy. I might as well take some profits while I can. 540. We're up 100 a piece. 520. Could see the bounce here. This is the uptrend. I'm assuming we'll probably retest this, but we might chop. It's only 30 cents. I might as well just hop out. 420 if possible. Doesn't want to let me out. All right, I hopped out again at 5. So I made $70 a contract, right? Or did I make a little bit more? 380 was my stop. 410. I made about $90 a contract, so about 180. And we're out. And that was dumb. I don't feel very good about that. You know, I got the nice rejection level up here. I only had 2 contracts, but the contracts didn't move too much. I moved my stop down just a little bit because I didn't want theta to get me, and then it reversed. So that was the trade. You know, only 2 of them. I think I'm only up like $300 on the day. But it's so choppy. There's nothing going on here. I'm taking the rejections at the top. I'm taking the bounces at the bottom. And I'm scalping. That's really all you can do in this market until we see some direction, until we get some news, until we know that those Chinese balloons are aliens, or if they're... What else could it be? It could be Russia spying on us. It could be Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk spying on us. It could be... Maybe it's just a balloon. You know, maybe they lost the balloon. So... These contracts are at 500. Weird feeling, but I feel like this might continue to break down. I'll be really sad that these are going to be worth 800 in a couple days or a couple minutes, but I liked it. I liked the rejection. I liked the reversal. I scalped it. I'm not a big fan of this chop, so I had to get out. I think I'm up like what, 200 on the day? $245 on the day. Not bad. $245 for an hour of work. Nothing crazy. Nothing's happening, but I'll take it. It's China destroying us from the inside. How was Valentine's Day for you, man? Valentine's Day was good. It was really good. I recorded 2 podcasts. They were amazing. Watch them every Sunday. I have a podcast called My Next Move. It's basically a podcast on all things success. It's only about 8 episodes right now. I'm not the best podcaster just yet, but we're getting there. These last 3 have been really great. Had a multi-millionaire who was 22 years old come on, talking about his story in Bitcoin, real estate, whatever. I had a mindset coach on here, and she was really great. She basically teaches you how to mind block yourself, how to reward yourself, stop trying to always build up. She has some really great insight and inspiration on that podcast. Episode 3 was a guy named Joe Steiber, also 23-year-old multimillionaire, owns a digital marketing agency and just crushes it. That guy has so much valuable information, and his story was great. We got Ashton Nolan, buddy Ashton Nolan's on there as well. And I actually have a conversation with the 1,600th richest person in the world on tomorrow at 4 p.m. So stay tuned. Every Sunday comes out. There's a lot of great, valuable information, and I have some pretty big names coming on in the future. So it'll be much bigger than it is now. So get it while it's early. Start sparking it up for me. Really great value too. It's really all like just listening in on people's stories. It's to inspire. It's to help anybody that's in similar spaces. It's a really great podcast. But that's on Apple Podcasts. It's on Spotify. I post it on YouTube every Sunday, and it releases at 9 a.m. every Sunday. So, but anyways, yeah, my Valentine's Day was great. Then I watched the sunset in Tampa, Florida. 79 degrees here. I'm about to go lay out by the pool during these chop hours and work on a few things. But that's about it. How was yours? How was yours, Jofi? Any love in the air? I feel like everybody is in love nowadays. Oh, he's not even here anymore. He left me. Anybody else? Anybody else have a good holiday? I don't even know. How do you even celebrate Valentine's Day? You just buy chocolate and kiss? Like what? How do you celebrate it? Dinner? What is like the traditional way? I just take my small fam out for a good dinner. I love it. Oh, look, there's the dog. Just floating away. Pinch, are you in anything today? I feel like you're a big scalper guy. You're a big next day expiration SPX guy, aren't you? Nothing at all. Not one trade. You're just watching me. I love you, dude. I love you. Yeah, the movement's been so bad, man. It's almost like it's not even worth it. Because if we look at these SPXs real quick, time out. Let's look at Microsoft real quick. Because I feel like that's a really great trade to just hold. Where are you? Where are you? Here you are. Did she break out? She broke out. Ugh. She did break out, but she is walking down this downtrend. But be careful of these because usually when you break out of the downtrend, you just retest and bounce. But this looks like it's kind of just walking the dog down. These moves are terrible. I've never seen a worse market in my entire life, like at all. There's some stocks out there that are really great. Like Coin can move. You know, Upstart is up a shit ton, Roblox, but then you got to factor in IV percentage and shredding, and the contract values and premiums are not priced as well. If you're patient, if you're really patient, something is going to crack this market, and you're going to. You don't really need to trade every single day, all day long, right? I could have just bought 20 contracts on that one move, made $100 a piece, and made $2,000, right? Obviously, it takes capital and risk, and you're scared. I get it. But good entry points like that, and you keep your stop loss small, you can make a good amount of money any single day. But in terms of just like not being as patient and getting in and out when the market is moving all over the place, that's like, I think that we're a little while away from that because there's everything out there everyone's already expected, right? The economy's in shambles. And until we start seeing more data sets and like the Fed actually do something rather than raise the rates 0.25, we're not going to see the market move. Like, there needs to be some factor out there, and it's fucked up to say, but like, we need to see like some ugly ass headlines, like something gross. And I don't know. Maybe it's war. I think it's war. Personally, I think that we go to war. I really do. If you look at that Ray Dalio Economic Machine video, I live and die by that video. It's the best thing you could possibly listen to. That is what the hell am I saying here? Why am I blanking? Oh yeah. I think the war is the only way out. Like we see a worldwide exogenous shock. The war is the only way out of like all of the economic turmoil that the world is in, right? Everybody has inflation. Everybody's losing money. Everybody's getting laid off in the tech world. The market's going down. Interest rates are up. We're trying to level off, but at some point it's going to catch up to us. People keep, how to curse in Spanish, it's pinchy or pinche, Pinche. Pinche. Nice. I forgot what I was saying again. I don't know. I'm all over the place right now. I think I need to eat something. I'm a little dizzy over here watching these numbers tick around. But I think that the only way out of this is a war. If you look at historically how we got out of things and how we can boost GDP and boost jobs and boost like trading exports, relationships with other countries, you can get access to more materials, we can get access to more materials, just like the trade-offs of everything. If you're like aligning with somebody and going to war with another country, historically that's how you get out of situations that we are in right now. So I don't know. It's my personal take. I think that things are heating up, especially with China, Russia, Taiwan. Poland is getting involved. Europe is getting involved with Russia. They're really pissed off that they're just like not helping them out in the, what is it, oil, something like that. I don't know. There's a lot of negative headlines out there that I try to stay away from, but it also is a really good thing for the market. So we can see a big drop down. What day is it? I have a call today. Oh, I have a podcast. Guys, I have to record a podcast at 12 o'clock. No pool time for me. I got to record one. We'll take an hour, and I'll be back for Power Hour. 2 things to look out for before I go. Let's look at 412. 412 on the S&P 500. That is a major point of support. Excuse me. I think I need cough drops. Something's going on with me. But this is a really good opportunity for people to either take puts for rejection levels and hold longer. I think that maybe the SPY a couple days out, let's go cheaper. Maybe even tomorrow. We could look at tomorrow expirations so theta doesn't get to you. But if we think it's going to go back down to that low of the day, these 409s are only $84, right? So if it goes down below and goes in the money, they'll be like $180. So you can make $100 a contract on something that might be close. Might be close to this. But on the breakout side, you'd have minimal risk. You could stop yourself out like $20 a piece. That'd be really great. It looks like there's a lot of strength right now. And until we break this uptrend from 409.50, 410.50, looks like it might not test it again until 411.50 and a couple candlesticks here. But this resistance point, it doesn't want it. It really doesn't want to break it. I'm sure we'll see a test and then a rejection. So my personal opinion in a scalp, which is usually what I'm best at because that's what I was trained to do, this is going to break out. On this breakout, you're going to see a rejection. So you would scalp this top probably around this 412, 15-ish. So we're out of it right now. Give it one more spike up. You could buy some puts on this and it'll probably come right back down. Just because this is such a strong resistance point. I'm assuming it spikes up, retests, maybe gets a little bit of love and then comes right back down. But we are starting to form a little uptrend. So here's where you're getting one spike. Best practice, give it one more spike, and you're probably going to get in on the put side. So it did hit that 412.15. You really want to see it break above these resistance points, test it, and then I like to play the rejection levels. Sometimes they squeeze, sometimes it continues up, but we'll see. Okay, so it closed above it. So now it's almost like you're testing puts. All right, let's go. Let's go, pinch. I would be careful, though. I'll coach you through this. So it's like you're in this Bollinger Band. See how it's expanding like this. There's a lot of not a lot of volume right here. That was a higher volume break, though. But now that we're testing and breaking above this, the way that we closed above this, I don't like that. I think that now that it broke out, it'll retest this line and then bounce. But if it blows right through it, you're golden because then it'll just completely reverse. But if it sits above this, it'll consolidate and then continue up. And at that point on the daily chart, the continuation up will probably take it to about 412.95. So it has another dollar up on the daily chart, but it is rejecting right now. It's testing this line. If you don't see a bounce here, you're good to hold for a little. I don't know if you're, there you go. Yep, you're good. So around that 412.15, it's almost like textbook. You got to wait for it to break out a little bit. I didn't like how it closed above it, but like I said, I don't think that we're going to stay above this 412 level. Tesla. What's going on with Tesla? Is it breaking out? I think that everything's going to fall. I don't think that anything's going to stay. We're going to close between that 412 range, like I've been saying, probably that 409 range. So, Pinch, you're an animal. Pinche, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know how to pronounce it. You are an animal, man. Beautiful rejection off that 412.15. Did you make money? Tell me you made money off that. I did not take it. I wish I took it with you. Take profits when you like it. That's a big rejection. I'm telling you we're staying within this red line in this green line. I'm going to just leave this up for you. Blue, green, okay. I'm just going to get rid of everything else because this is just noise. We are going to stay within this red line and this green line. And it's almost perfect because as it bounces, at the top of this Bollinger Band, this is red. At the bottom of this Bollinger Band, it's green. So red means puts, green means calls. So pinche. This, I'm going to call you pinch. I think it's so much easier. This is the uptrend. It's probably going to retest this around 411.40. This is not a big move. This is only 50, 60, 70 cents, but in the contracts, they ran up 130 a piece. So that's a lot for that. Puts as soon as my alert hit, you got it. Pinche. I don't know how to say it, but either way, this breakdown of this uptrend, you're in business. I'd be careful this 15-minute uptrend. This is a 15-minute on the SPX, so you could just be tapping this 41.20 and then most likely going to see a nice little spike, which is exactly like around this area as well. So 411.30, I would probably end up taking profit around here, man. I don't know if it's worth it, especially in the chop today. Could see a nice reversal back down to VWAP, but the way it's chopping, you are seeing a lot of sellers. I'm seeing a lot of sellers on the time and sales, 2,000 to sell. That's massive. So you'll see another spike down here in a second, 959 to sell. 571 to sell, not as many to buy. So you're seeing a nice little breakdown of 411.50. Saw a nice little buy side. Yeah, I mean, it's just transacting. Like the algos are on autopilot right now. It doesn't look like, somebody bought one share. You might be screwed, man. 4,000 to buy. It could spike it up a little bit. So it's just algos transacting. It's nothing crazy. You're probably not going to see that massive sell-off, but it will stay within this range. I'm assuming you'll see some chop. You might see a bounce at this level, and then it'll just go sideways. But the volume is off. It's only at 21 million by 11:30. I have a call right now, so I'm going to hop on that. And 2 good trades today, 2 for 2. I only made $245 because I didn't go very heavy. But, I'll take that for a 2-hour trade, $120 for just sitting here, clicking 2 buttons, and having a good time with you guys. So I'll be back a little later on today. Hopefully these streams are helping you guys out. I'll do them a little bit more. I just get so nervous, I get so nervous. I get stage fright. But I'm going to send you guys off with a really great song. So we'll be back in a little bit.
I'm just sitting on your front porch, wondering how could I be so far from my home. And my mind is somewhere else, but when I find it, I'll patch up where it's been blown. Now I'm just floating on the breeze, and I feel I'm